East Field on the York team. National goes to Panthers of Proviso West. The York Athletic Department Administration would like to welcome student parents and staff from Proviso West. Panthers are coached by Attention football fans, please direct your attention to midfield. Tonight, the York Athletic Office would like to recognize two exceptional coaches. Tonight, we celebrate the coaching careers of Mark Bible and Mark Lorick. Coach Bible and Coach Lorick are both retiring after this school year. Coach Bible has been at York for 33 years. He started in 1989 as the LAC supervisor. Coach Bible went on to become a physical education teacher for 28 years at York and a coach for 31 years. Coach Bible has also served as the activity director and assistant athletic director for 11 years. He has coached football for 30 years, wrestling for 13 years, girls track and field for 5 years, and baseball for 1 year. Coach Lorick started at York in 1986 and has been a staple at York in our math department for 38 years as an educator and a coach. Coach Lorick has coached football for 37 years, boys swimming for 38 years, boys tennis for 2 years, and girls swimming for 1 year. Both Coach Bible and Coach Lorick are dedicated and passionate coaches who will be greatly missed on the football staff and at York High School. Tonight we recognize and celebrate Coach Lorick and Coach Bible for their passion and dedication
Hello and welcome to Clarence D. East Field, here of the home of the York Dukes. They take on Proviso West Panthers here tonight in Elmhurst for York's homecoming football game. Connor, what can we expect out of these two teams here tonight?
Well, for Proviso West, TJ, it's been a rough season, 0-8 this year. Last conference win was 2019. It was against the York Dukes, however, but they're chasing their first win of the season, trying to end this year out on a high note. As for the Dukes, they're chasing their third straight season with 8 wins or more, and a piece of that conference title to share with Glenbard West. And it'll be hopefully a game that they're able to pull away in, a game that they're heavily favored in. And as for Proviso, back to Proviso West, their Dukes defense will have should have an easier time with this Proviso West assignment. They've only been able to score 42 points this entire season, and they've been outscored 241-20 against conference opponents, so this should be a great day for guys like Cole Ostendorf, Joey Masieri, Jack Troutman, and Joe Reef, who are all combined for this excellent Dukes defense.
And with Cole Ostendorf, you're talking about that stellar defense. He leads this team in the 3 major categories. He leads the team in tackles with 77, tackles for loss with 15, and leads the team with 8 sacks as that middle linebacker for York. And we are now going to go down to the field of play as we're getting ready for kickoff. No Damian Glodz here tonight as he is out at Schaumburg High School playing in the soccer team's regional finals.
Number 29,
they're currently down 2-0 as of halftime was our last update. So tonight the kicker will be Brennan Kennedy for this York Dukes team. He was the kicker last year for the sophomore team. He's a great kicker. We've seen it all last year. So we're expecting some big things to step into Damian Glodz's shoes here tonight. And here's the kickoff from Kennedy. Going to be a short one, fielded around the 30-yard line. Freed trying to make the tackle, but he gets by him. And then tackled down by a swarm of Dukes right at the 38-yard line.
On the kick return, he was tackled by number
TJ, this Proviso West offense is going to take the field, led by their quarterback, Jacob Merksen. And from the tape I've seen, he looks like an extremely athletic dual-threat quarterback. He's able to scramble out of the pocket as well as pick up some nice yardage with his legs, but he can also hit receivers in stride. And I think if he's at his best, he really will give Proviso West a great shot at keeping this football game close in the beginning.
Merksen under center for the first play of the game. As he takes this one's going to be a handoff to the halfback, but Ravi Pradhan is in there to make the first tackle of the game. Gain of nothing there for Zion Moore.
Number 99.
Yeah, Pradhan had a great tackle for loss last week in Western Springs when the Dukes defeated the Lyons Township Lions. He was able to break through the line of scrimmage so easily and stop these big rushing plays. And the first play of the game, he has a nice tackle.
And one major difference between these two offenses is that York kind of likes to speed things up, go no huddle, but Proviso West, they like to take their time, get their play set, make sure everyone's on the same page. Merksen on 2nd down and 10. He's stepping back to pass. Joe Reef is in the backfield. He's able to get that pass away. Did look like he was outside of the pocket. And he was, so that's an incomplete pass there on the play.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this Dukes defensive end to break through the offensive line early, flush Merksen out of the pocket, and force an incompletion to bring up 3rd and 10.
Attention, Leanna Connor, your driver's license.
TJ, like you were saying, once again, this offense taking their sweet time in the huddle, making sure everyone knows exactly what's going on as it's 3rd and long.
Definitely a passing down here for the Panthers as they have a 5-wide set out there. Merksen the only one in the backfield. He's going to take the snap. He's got just enough time. He's going to launch this one deep to one-on-one coverage with Borchers. That one's going to be incomplete though. A little bit too high for the wide receiver. Charlie Borchers on the defensive coverage right there.
Yeah, Borchers does a nice job sticking to his guy, letting him get a lot of separation. So Merksen just has to kind of throw up a prayer, and it was just a little bit too high, and the receiver was not able to come down with it.
Davion Jones will be out here to punt for the Panthers. Able to get this one off, but it's a very short kick. Bounces at the 50-yard line. It's going to get an okay roll for that. It's going to be marked down at the 45-yard line. So now Sean Winton and the offense will be coming out here for their first possession of the game. Sean Winton has had an unbelievable start to the season.
Yeah, TJ and Winton thrown for 1,400 yards on the season, 17 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions, and that's not even accounting for this amount of yards he has with his legs. He not known for his running ability, but he's definitely dangerous if you leave him unchecked in the pocket. And this Duke's offense is really a lot of running the football, and it's all around that big offensive line and Jake Mellion. However, Mellion injured his ankle last week, so we're going to start with Jimmy Connors in the backfield.
Winton's going to take the snap, looking to get this one out quickly. He's going to fire it to Danko. He's going to be tackled instantly. Maybe a gain of 4 on the play. Speaking of Chris Danko, this is his first week back from a wrist injury. Definitely someone that they missed out there on the offensive side of the ball, as we've seen their offense struggle a bit these last couple of weeks without him out there.
Yeah, and he was huge for that passing offense in the red zone, TJ. Missed the last 3 games, like you said. He had 18 catches, 292 yards, and 6 touchdowns on the season to start, so he's been excellent.
As Winton's going to roll out here on this play, he's going to find the tight end Trinidad, who's going to work his way for a first down, and he's going to keep on going, can't be taken down. Finally able to be tackled at the 38-yard line by Nolan Farmer.
And number 9 and number 10, Arlen Brackett of the Panthers.
Show our starting lineup here for the Dukes. As you can see, we got Sean Winton at quarterback, tight end Luca Trinidad, who just made that play, Jake Mellion at the running back position. Our 3 wide receivers, Luke Maylander, George Hikos, and Jack Birnbaum. And now we'll go back to the field of play as Sean Winton takes the snap here on 1st and 10. Gets it out to Maylander, a quick curl route, but he's going to explode down the sideline, being brought down at the 19-yard line after a gain of 16.
Maylander for a first down.
Yeah, TJ Maylander does a great job just all this season. He catches these little short screen passes, curl routes, slant routes, and he just gets a bunch of yards after the catch, and that's the speed threat right there. And you got to have 1 to 2 guys in the secondary on him because he's just really difficult to defend.
After the explosive play by Maylander, Connors is in the backfield. It's going to be a fake. Winton's going to roll out right, looking to run. Plenty of space. He's going to take off. He's inside the 10-yard line. He's going to slide down right at the 5. That's another gain of 15 yards on the play. Back-to-back 15-yard plays. So they're going to have a 1st and goal here at the 5-yard line.
Now, TJ, this is kind of different look at the offense. Normally we're used to run, and then pass, but we saw 3 straight passing plays and then a Sean Winton scramble out of the pocket. Just quite the unconventional look from this Dukes team. However, they're doing an excellent job marching down the field to set up 1st and goal.
First down and goal from the 5-yard line. Winton looking to pass. He's got Maylander over the middle for a slant touchdown. Luke Maylander opens this game on the opening drive with another one. 6-0 now after that touchdown. Luke Maylander has been electric all year long for this Dukes team.
Yeah, TJ, and time again, Mailman delivers, and he comes through on the opening drive for this Dukes offense. Once again, like I talked about earlier, those slant routes have been dangerous, especially inside 5 yards. And he's just been so good at what he's done inside the 10-yard line with those short routes he runs.
Kennedy's first extra point of the year is up and good. So now making the score 7-0. And with that extra point going in,
Point after kick. Long snapper, number
we are going to go to the instant replay for that last touchdown play.
Number 18, Nico Ruggieri.
So you have Luke Maylander out to the left of Sean Winton. He sees the separation early. He's able to recognize Maylander wide open in the end zone. Easy touchdown for him, and that's number 18 on the season for Sean Winton.
While we wait for this kickoff team to get out there, we're going to step away shortly. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. After the touchdown by Luke Maylander, Brennan Kennedy is coming out here to kick this one back to the Panthers. 8:36 left to go in the first quarter. His kick is up and away. Can be fielded right at the 25, but it's muffed. Proviso is able to jump on it, though, before the Dukes can make that a turnover. Zion Moore able to recover it after fumbling it. So now Proviso West will come back out here for their second possession of the game.
At the 28-yard line.
Yeah, TJ, and once again, you're looking for the defensive line to get some pressure on the quarterback early. Both Jack Troutman and Joseph Reef have 11 sacks. They've been excellent this season. 11 tackles for losses. Troutman with 4.5 sacks, Reef with 5.5 sacks. And Reef a college commit already, and Troutman has interest from school like Butler. So these two on the defensive line makes it extremely hard for quarterbacks to have time to throw in the pocket.
Proviso takes a snap. This is going to be a QB run here, but not able to go anywhere as Jack Troutman and Joey Massieri are in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 4 on the play.
Massieri, another one of those defensive highlights. TJ, 53 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, and 1 sack. He's been excellent at chasing players down the field and stopping big plays. I think that's one of the things I've been most impressed with him by far this season. He has another nice tackle there.
That last play went backwards for 3 yards. So now it will bring up a 2nd down and 13 for the Panthers. 3 and out on their first drive, looking to get that first down here. Definitely a passing down on 2nd and long. West takes the snap here. Rolling out to his right, fires it out quickly, but that one's going to hit the turf. Intended for Jacob Merkson.
Jacob Merkson. He was covered by number 20, Danny Wagner. 3rd down for the Panthers.
3rd and long, TJ. Probably another passing play again, but at what point do you begin to wonder what adjustments can we make as an offense? Because this isn't working. We have got -3 total yards of offense right now. So they're going to have to make an adjustment soon.
Now on 3rd down after the incomplete pass to Merkson. Proviso still searching for that first down of the game. It looks like there was a false start on the play, and there will be. Pass got off. Had a receiver downfield wide open, being Davion Jones, but there was a false start on number 21, Tremont Banks.
Yeah, it's easy. I mean, he jumped way too early. I mean, I think he was trying to predict when the snap was going to come out, so he just ran before everyone else. That was the easiest false start call that the officials are going to make.
A little bit of a different look out there for the York Dukes defense. You see Joe Myers out there starting at linebacker, and Looks to be Chris Danko playing cornerback over on the left side. First time we've seen him out there playing corner this year. 5 wide now for Proviso on 3rd and 18. Snap will get off. Nowhere to go there. Great step up by the quarterback. He's going to take off. He's going to push his way forward, but only for about a gain of 2.
On the quarterback scamper.
As he threw down Chris Danko, but there was a flag in the backfield.
Flag on the field.
Most likely a holding, and it will be. So after that short gain on 3rd down, it will either be a 4th and 17, or they're going to push him back even farther, make it 3rd and 28. They will decline it.
Yeah, it makes sense. Right.
It's 4th down.
Bring up 4th and long still. I mean, you're inside your own 20, or just outside. Oh no, they changed the spot again. You're just inside your own 20, so obviously you're going to decline that and then have them punt it away.
See Chris Danko ready to return that kick. Here from Davion Jones. He's resting over at the 50-yard line as snap gets off. This is a much better punt. Looks to get a good bounce. Danko's going to pick this one up the 50, trying to flip field. Nothing really going, but he makes something happen. He's running up the sideline. One man to beat. He's going to get pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Great return there from Chris Danko, able to get 25 yards, making it realistically only a 5-yard punt for Proviso.
Yeah, DJ, and this is another thing we forgot to mention is Danko's presence on special teams with returning punts and returning kicks. He's been great. And we're gonna gets a nice gain there.
Danko now going to get a breather as Finton Helm checks into the game as that 3rd receiver. Wentz is going to roll out right again. Looking for someone. He's going to pump fake. Nothing open right now. He's going to take off himself. He's able to get up to the 29-yard line for a gain of 3 before being pushed out of bounds by Zion Moore.
Number 5, Zion Moore.
Yeah, TJ, and
2nd down
with Danko being out the last few weeks, it's really opened spots up for guys like Luca Trinanich, Finton Helm, and Jack Birnbaum, who've been getting more involved. And you saw Trinanich get targeted early in the first drive, and now Helm is in the game as Danko's out.
Wentz is going to take the snap, get it out quickly to George Kikos. Kikos is going to turn around, get to the 15-yard line, being dragged down by his back.
Number 2, George
Huge
Kikos.
pickup there from Kikos. Really haven't called his name too much this year, but when he gets the ball in his hands, he is very fast, and he can make some big plays happen like right there.
Yeah, TJ, that's his 8th reception of the year, and he's averaging nearly 10 yards of reception, and he's been excellent when he's been targeted, but like you said, not targeted as often as the other Duke's receivers.
So Winton on 1st down. He's going to roll out to his right again. He's being tracked down by some Panthers. He's just going to have to throw this one away.
Incomplete pass.
Nolan Farmer was right on his tail trying to
2nd down for the Dukes.
get the sack, so now 2nd down and 10.
Found by number 9 of the Panthers.
Yeah, TJ, and that was
Speaking of 9,
good coverage by Proviso West. That play, there was really just nothing available, so had to be thrown away.
You will own 9 different York Duke items. And little known fact, be the first in your neighborhood.
Winton's going to take the snap, fakes it to Jimmy Connors. He sent out quickly to Luca Trinanich on the drag route. He's able to pick up 5 on that play.
Number 8, Luca
We saw them
Trinanich.
use that a lot more last week against the Lions Township Lions. He was very involved in that game. Does look like there might be an injured player on the field, but he's going to be able to get up and he's all right. That being number 3, Davion Jones, who we've seen a lot of, but he's going to play through the pain here as it's now 3rd down and 5. So on the first third down of the game, Winton's going to take the snap. Rolling out left for the first time. Kiko's trying to make a bounce route happen. Winton's going to get sacked in the backfield for a loss of 5. A.J. Williams on the play. First sack of the night for the Panthers. 4th down and 10. So now we'll see if Coach Fitz wants to bring out the field goal unit without his starting kicker, or if they're just going to go for it here on 4th down and 10.
Interesting spot. It looks like they're going to go for it. And then back to that last play. Great job by that Proviso West defense. Winton rolled out to his left, and there was no blockers there, and he couldn't run out of the pocket and takes the sack from A.J. Williams.
Winton giving adjustments at the line. He's going to be throwing this one across the middle to Finton Helm, and Finton Helm goes up and makes a spectacular grab. That's his first touchdown of the year, extending this Dukes lead to 13 with 4:04 left to go in this first quarter.
Well, TJ, you know he's been getting more looks these past couple weeks, and he gets a red zone look there. That was an excellent play, and Finton Helm, great catch, but also a great throw by Sean Winton. He was able to fit the ball through an extremely tight window and come up with the reception.
Kennedy out for a second attempt. That one's really through. Kennedy put some extra power behind that one, showing off the leg. 14-0 now our score, and we're going to go look at that last replay touchdown.
Well, Winton got a little bit of a jump there. It looked like he wanted an offsides call. I'm pretty surprised he didn't get it, but then they still went with the play. Winton extremely calm in the pocket, getting some great block, especially by Jimmy Connors, and then Finton Helm with the leaping touchdown grab. Excellent throw by Winton. And TJ, looking at that replay, who put Jimmy on the big man, the big fella up front from Proviso West? I'm more surprised he was able to block him, but I mean, this is what makes the passing game so effective, as well as the running game. You have the offensive line that is able to create holes, and then in the passing game, you're able to protect Sean Winton in the pocket.
And before this kickoff, we would like to update all you Dukes soccer fans. The Dukes were able to tie up the game. It's now 2-2 in the final 2 minutes of that contest, that being the regional finals. We're going to continue getting updates here. We will let you know as we find stuff out. Huge game for the York Dukes Soccer Club, where normal York Dukes kicker Damian Claus is at currently. Kennedy's going to kick this one away a little bit deeper, picked up at the 20-yard line by Proviso. Malik Lara's trying to reverse field, but absolutely flipped there by the Dukes. Trying to see who that was on the play. I think that was Joe Myers.
I think it might have been Joe Myers, and he's playing a little bit more this game, and we're going to take a look at that again.
First and 10 for the Panthers at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it's a high kick. He fields it at the 20, and he's going out to his left, and then Joe Myers comes in, grabs him by the knees, and flips him over. Great tackle on special teams. That's where he's made his mark, starting in every game on special teams so far this season, and now he's starting at some linebacker as well as a little bit of defensive back.
First down and 10 from the 25 after that kickoff return. Plenty of pressure coming from Reef. He's just going to have to throw that one out of bounds. Second down and 10, and back to what you were saying about Joe Myers. You know, he's also starting at linebacker here tonight on the outside for the Dukes defense. With Nick Delanis out tonight, he is not dressed, as well as Jake Mellion not being dressed. So we might see a little bit less of Jimmy Connors on the defensive side of the ball, where he normally plays linebacker, due to him getting an increased role in the offense at running back.
Yeah, I don't think you want to put too much stress on anyone's bodies. You want to keep them all. You want them to get their game reps, but you also don't want to keep them out there for too long and allow them to get injured. It's already 14-0 with just under 4 minutes in the first quarter. So, I mean, you want them to be fully healthy by playoff time, and I think that's probably why Jake Mellon isn't playing any snaps today.
Proviso on second down and 10 here. after the incomplete pass. And a step back. Reef once again in the backfield. This one's going to be launched deep. He's got a man over the middle, right through the hands of Eddie Sika. He had that interception. Would have been at the 35-yard line. Great pass deflection, though, stopping the huge gain. Plenty of room there for Davion Jones to make a grab. Just a phenomenal play right there.
Yeah, TJ, and I always, if you ask a defensive back or safety who break up a pass but felt like they should have had an interception, they're always going to be upset with themselves. But at the end of the day, it's still a great pass breakup.
Against the Panthers. It's terrifying.
There was a flag thrown on that last play, but I think they're just going to pick it up. They've not moved the line of scrimmage, but they're keeping it. Oh, there we go. Not a sign to move it back 5 yards. 10 yards, excuse me. Took the refs a while to move that football. Couldn't really tell what they were trying to do with it. Second down and 20 to go now after a 10-yard penalty, but they will get the replay of downs. Second and long. It's going to be a design QB run. Troutman gets a hand on him, but not able to bring him down. The linebackers are going to have to take care of that, being Ravi Pradhan and Cole Ostendorf. That's going to be a gain of 5, so still a third down and long, but a much more manageable situation.
And TJ, that's what you have to look out for with this quarterback. I mean, the film I've seen, he's used his legs scrambling out of the pocket, just like he does there for some nice pickups. He gets a gain of 5. It's still third and long, though, and once again, they're around the 20-yard line.
Looks like there's going to be a timeout here by Proviso West. And with that timeout, we're going to step aside here. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes Varsity homecoming football here on York Sports Network. Back from a timeout, 3rd and 15 for the Panthers. 3:09 left to go in the first quarter. Dukes currently lead 14-0. Quarterback's going to drop back in the pocket. Joe Reef is going to be over there. It looks to be a fumble. That ball is out. Picked up by the Dukes. Joey Masieri picks it up at the 2-yard line, and it will be York Dukes football.
Loose and is recovered by the Dukes.
Thought for a second there that could have got into the end zone, but Masieri picks it up at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, another great Dukes defensive play. We're going to take a look at this one again. I mean, almost immediately, Joe Reef breaks through and he flushes the quarterback out, and the ball pops out, and it was between Troutman and Masieri, but he slid down and his knee was just short
First down, Dukes.
of the end zone, so they're going to put him at the 3-yard line, but still, great job by Joe Reef forcing that fumble, and Masieri was there to pick it up.
Exactly 3 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Went to just a quick pass out to Kikos, and Kikos is going to get his first touchdown of the year. 2 first-time touchdowns this season. Kikos gets in. Second catch of the night, 20-0. Now our score after that George Kikos touchdown reception.
Yeah, and I feel like one goal of this game was to get everyone in the offense involved, and you've seen Helm with the touchdown catch, his second touchdown of the year. Now George Kikos with his first touchdown reception of the year. Another just simple simple route and little just screen pass, catch and run it in. It's going to make it a 3-score game.
Jerry on the hole, and Kennedy puts that one through the uprights. Once again, 3 for 3 on the night. We're going to go take a look back at that play just a couple seconds ago.
And long snapper number 97, Seamus Wicklow.
Yeah, you've seen Winton. I mean, he just instantly looks to his left, sees Kikos, who dropped back a couple of yards, makes the reception, and just finds the split lane and runs in the end zone.
Clearly a designed wide receiver screen on that one, and when you're that close to the goal line, it's definitely a hard play to stop. Quick update from the York soccer game. I know we let you know a couple minutes ago that it was tied 2-2. York was down 2-0 with 7 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the second half. They were able to score one with 6:50, and Aaron Joby hit the second goal to equalize the game at 2-2. They are currently playing in overtime in the regional final down in Schaumburg. Very exciting game there.
And this is an exciting Duke soccer team led by Damian Glotz, which is why, like we've said, which is why he's not playing, among many other very talented players. And this is a team that could make a run once again in the playoffs.
Kickoff is away. Going to be returned by the Panthers. Going to be a reverse play here. Jones is going to be able to run that one, but he's going to be brought down by Max Sennett at the 14-yard line. Good design play there by the Panthers, but nothing was happening. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, TJ, I like the idea there. It's just they weren't able
Head over to the concession stand while lines
to
are short. Get your
execute it properly, but
hot dog, hamburger, cheeseburger.
So once again, they're going to start inside the 20.
Available. Maybe even a cookie. The Stark family would like to remind you that winter is coming, so head on over to the Spirit Wear Shed and buy your warm weather gear or your warm gear for the cold weather.
So now 21-0 here in the first quarter. There's going to be a handoff to the halfback, brought down by Danny Wagner and Cole Ostendorf on the play. Gain of 2 there by Zion Moore.
Run was made by number 10, Arlen Brackett. Second down for the Panthers.
Second down and 8 here for the Panthers. 150 and counting down. It's going to be a deep pass over the middle. Group of Dukes right there. Soaring up and grabbing it is Eddie Sika, making up for the dropped one earlier in this game. He jumps up in a pile of 5 and comes down with it. Ball's going to be at the 45-yard line. Dukes football.
Another one of those passes where Proviso West airs it out, but this time it's not going to be an incompletion or a reception. It's an interception by Eddie Sika. And just another one of those quick drives that end so early. Just go back to the replay. I think part of it is the quarterback makes it hard on himself when he drops back about 7 yards and he airs it out. Sika makes a jump catch for the pick.
And the young safety is showing off his athleticism there. 3 other defenders with him, but he wanted that one for himself after the drop earlier in the game. Winton's going to step back, looking for someone down the field. He's got Kikos wide open, and Kikos has got his second touchdown of the game. Second on the year as well. George Kikos absolutely burnt his defender right there. Winton did a great job going through his progression. Offensive line gave him plenty of time. Score is now 27-0 in favor of the Dukes.
Well, TJ, it looked like Kikos was the third read in that play, and that gave him plenty of time to toast his corner and get wide open. And by the time Sean Winton saw him down the field, he threw a bomb and dropped it right into the breadbasket so Kikos could take it to the house.
Wicklow, the long snapper here with Ruggieri holding, and Kennedy kicking it through the uprights. 28-0 here just in the first quarter. This Duke's offense has not been able to be stopped. They are looking very sharp here tonight. And with that, we're going to go back to that instant replay to look at it, get another angle of that George Kikos touchdown. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties with that instant replay. If we can get that working, we'll show that play a little bit later tonight. But for now, we're just going to go back to the game on the field. Kennedy going to be kicking this ball away again. He's been kicking it short all night. The same three people have picked it up each time, being Zion Moore, Elias Alexander, and Malik Lares.
Text me if you need anything. We'll go back to York.
So after that touchdown grab by Kikos, Kennedy's going to kick this one away. This is going to be a long kick being picked up by Lares. Lares makes a great move at the 15, able to get about 5 more before being brought down.
On the return,
Looks like it was Max Sennett again. He's done a great job on the special teams here tonight.
19-yard line.
And with this in between action of plays here, we're going to go back to that instant replay just a couple seconds ago, the George Kikos touchdown grab.
And there's Winton in the pocket. He's able to buy time, and he just airs it out, and no one was close to George Kikos for his second touchdown of the night, second of the season, and by far his longest reception of the year.
Proviso's going to hand this ball off. Being stopped maybe after a gain of 1 right there is Arlen Brackett. You've seen a mixture of Brackett and Moore in the backfield here tonight. Moore, a bigger running back, used more in those power situations. And number 10, Arlen Brackett, more as a speed back option in that backfield.
Yeah, TJ, now this Duke's team starting to mix in some of their other defensive players. We see Seamus Wicklow on the line as well. As number
80, Ellis Ford, and number 50,
Angelo Martiri also getting in the game.
And then Luke Shorter on that right-hand side, replacing where Jack Troutman normally plays. 40 seconds left to go. It's going to be another QB keeper, but sacked by Danny Wagner. Said Wagner's name a couple times today. That's going to be a sack and a loss of 2 yards on the play.
Even as York is cycling through all its D linemen, the common theme is they're able to get pressure on the quarterback early, and it's leading to multiple sacks like we saw there with Danny Wagner.
And Proviso West elects to keep that, let the clock run down, so that our final score here at the end of the first quarter is 28-0. 4 great touchdown drives by the Dukes. 2 being to Kikos, 1 being to Finton Helm, and the other one being to Luke Maylander. We're going to step aside. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes Homecoming Varsity Football on York Sports Network. Back now for the start of the second quarter. Proviso West still has the football on 3rd down and 12. Stepping back to pass, getting pressure from Wicklow. Quarterback's going to have to take this one himself. Shoved out of bounds hard by Danny Wagner, and there's going to be a flag thrown. That's going to be unnecessary roughness.
There is a flag on the field.
So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and most likely will be moving the chains here for the Panthers.
Yeah, well, TJ, that's the first down that Proviso West has picked up, and I'm not sure if I agree with that one. It didn't really, to me, it didn't look like he gave him an extra push or was holding on to him and then shoved him once he ran out of bounds. It just looked like a hard push while he was still in bounds. However, he gets the flag. It's a first down for Proviso West and a 15-yard penalty.
I think it was more so that the quarterback was heading out of bounds, and they want to do everything they can to protect the quarterback. You see it all the time in the NFL. If they're heading towards the sidelines and you know that it's happening, and someone gives a shove like that, they're typically going to give it a flag just to protect that quarterback that's out there. Proviso's going to stick with that 5 wide receiver set out there after picking up their first down of the game. Ball's going to be snapped. Looking to launch this one deep again, wide open across the middle is Davion Jones, and Jones is in the 15. He's inside the 10-yard line, and he's brought down by Charlie Georges. Big miscommunication by the defense. Davion Jones is wide open, but there is a flag in the backfield. It's going to be a holding on the Panthers. So after that huge play, all of that's going to be taken away. The Panthers are going to be put all the way back inside their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, TJ, and that was such a great route ran by Davion Jones. He was wide open, and he exploded once he caught the ball, but unfortunately it's all coming back after the holding call.
That's especially a tough one to take there if you're the Panthers. You've been struggling most of the night offensively. You pick up your first down. You're starting to get a little bit of momentum. You have a huge play. You're putting yourselves in a great position to score, whether you're getting a touchdown in those 3 downs or taking a field goal. And just as soon as you get all that momentum heading in your favor, which is exactly what they needed starting the second quarter, it gets just stripped away from you on a holding penalty. And that's just something that this Panthers team just got to, cut down on the penalties, because that takes away everything that they had going for them this drive. So after that penalty, there's going to be a bad snap. Quarterback's going to pick it up, trying to make something happen with his legs. He's going to run into his own offensive lineman.
And the Panthers,
they're going to lose about 15 yards on the play, going all the way back to the 15. So now I think it's 3rd down.
Number 97, Seamus Wicklow.
About 40 yards to go. 32, sorry.
The York Dukes are David Harvin.
Oh, they got pushed back a little farther than that.
And Jacob Wagner.
Second down and 32, all the way back at the 15-yard line. Panthers have been looking much more effective with these 5 wide receivers out. Shorter's going to be charging for him. He's trying to get out of it. He does. The quarterback's trying to make a great play happen. He looks like he just made a huge play for a ton of yards, but in reality, it was only a gain of 2. But showing off his athleticism there, able to avoid the safety, which was the main scare for this Panthers team on that play.
Tackle was made by number
TJ, I mean, he's doing a great job extending plays. I mean, they're not always leading to positive yards or even completions, but he's giving his team a chance to make a play and get open downfield. It just hasn't worked in his favor so far.
York Athletic.
And that's what I think a lot of these West River teams have had trouble with while playing York, is that their quarterback hasn't. Most of the quarterbacks haven't been extremely mobile, able to keep those plays going, because this defensive pass rush from the Dukes has been a problem for almost every single team that they've played this year. The one exception being Glenbard West, but we saw that they had that mobile quarterback, and he was able to extend plays for them and keep drives alive, like we saw right there. Instead of a safety ending the drive for them, it's now 3rd and 29, which is still very hard to complete, but definitely better than losing the 2 points and having to give the ball back to the Dukes.
Hey, you got 3 yards, so forward progress.
So now with 8 minutes left to go in the first half, Proviso's looking to make a huge play happen. This ball is launched down the field. One-on-one coverage. He goes up and gets it. Jacob Merksen is running down the sideline, being tracked down by Aiden Link. He was able to jump up and beat Charlie Georges on the one-on-one coverage, and he takes it inside the 30. But there was a flag thrown. I think they might have gotten Merksen for offensive pass interference. He might have shoved off on Georges.
And that was clear pass interference on Georges. We're going to take another. Wasn't exactly the right play, but that you saw there. I mean, that was the quarterback scrambling, avoiding the safety. Another nice improvisation from Proviso West. But the last play, I mean, there was a clear push off to come down with that football, and now they're going to get moved back inside the 10.
I will say, though, I don't blame Merksen for, that penalty entirely, as, you're down 28-0. It's 3rd down and 29. You got to make a play happen. He did, in fact, make a play happen, but, refs are going to call that every single time on the shove. He shoved Georges in the back pretty hard. It was pretty blatant. Maybe if you give just a little toss on him next time, they're not going to see it. But that one was pretty obvious, don't you think, Connor?
We saw it from up in the booth, and we're so far away.
Yep. So now on 3rd down and 38, the quarterback's going to have to make another play happen. He's using his legs. He's up to the 20-yard line. He's got to gain another 5 as he's rumbling down the sideline. Wagner able to take him down.
Tackled in pursuit.
Huge gain, though, about 20 yards, up to the 25. It will be 4th down, though, for Proviso, and with them being this far back in their territory, I would most likely assume a punt.
Yeah, see, I don't think there's any way you could go for it, and they're thinking the same thing. The punters back out once again. However, this wasn't a 3-and-out. They got a 1st down, and it's the longest drive so far for the Panthers. The York offense is going to get the football back.
So York going to receive his punt. Birnbaum's going to be the returner now, as they've taken Danko out of that role. This is going to be a straight line drive. It's going to get a pretty decent bounce up to the 50-yard line. So a punt of about 25 yards. So now the offense will come back out here. We did see Bruno Massel warming up earlier, and I believe that is Bruno Massel in the huddle. So the second team offense is going to go out there for the first time tonight. Gonna keep Jimmy Connors in, I think. No, there we go. They're gonna bring in Moscow at running back instead.
Yeah, get some different looks, and I think especially Connors is probably, as of right now, the first string running back, because maybe you don't know what Mellion's timetable for return is, because we don't know. He fell on his ankle pretty awkwardly at LT, and he's not even dressed tonight, so he can't be 100%. So they're probably just taking it day by day for him. But now that gives us a different look at some other Dukes players.
So now Massel's going to take this snap on 1st down and 10. He's still going to look back to pass. He gets this one quickly out to Connor Fitzgerald, the tight end, able to pick up 15 yards on the play. A couple new faces out there we haven't seen tonight. Obviously, Massel at quarterback. We've seen him, I think, in every single game this year. Jack Birnbaum, Josiah Deshabathini, Connor Fitzgerald, and Luca Trinich still out there at the starting tight end spot.
Yeah, and I think now with Massel coming in the game so early, you're not just trying to run down the clock and win the game. I think you can open up the playbook a little bit and let him throw some passes downfield, see what he's got, because we really haven't seen him throw.
Massel's going to roll out to his left, throw on the run. He hits Trinidad in stride.
Pass thrown by number 1.
Threading the needle right there, being brought down by Zion Moore after the first down. Great throw on the run there from Bruno Massel.
Number 5,
TJ,
Zion Moore.
We've watched Bruno for it's our second year watching him play, and I think that's by far one of the most impressive throws I've seen him make, running to his left, making a crossbody throw and hitting Trinidad in stride. That is an advanced level throw, and that is not an easy thing to do as a quarterback, and he executes it perfectly.
Massel's going to take this one rolling out right, getting instant pressure. He's going to try and evade it. He's making some great moves in the backfield, getting away, looking to make this pass throw, but that's going to be intercepted. Intercepted at the 15-yard line by Arlen Brackett. The running back and defensive back. There's a flag thrown after the play, most likely unsportsmanlike conduct. That pass was intended for Jack Birnbaum, but thrown short.
Yeah, Bruno was he was scrambling around outside of the pocket for a long time, just extending the play. And we go back at the last play, and you see Massel, the one pressure comes, and then no one was blocking two of the defensive linemen, and he throws it up, but it comes down. It was just short of where Jack Birnbaum was. And that's going to be a turnover.
On side streets during football games.
I do think that's something. We are going to get the unsportsmanlike penalty on Proviso.
Thank you.
So that's 15. I believe that's 15 yards. At least that's what it is.
It is first down.
Oh, so they called unsportsmanlike on both teams, so that will offset the penalty. So nothing negative or positive happens for either team. Just neglects anything that happened. But when I was going back to, I think Coach Fitz is okay with that interception. Massel's trying to make a play. It's 28-0. You want to see what that kid's got in him, especially for the future. And obviously with playoffs, you need to make sure you have that depth, especially at the quarterback spot. As Proviso is going to take the snap here. He's going to roll out, run to his left for a gain of 2, but once again, another penalty marker thrown in the backfield. This is going to be another holding on the Panthers.
And they're really struggling with the holding penalties today. And going back to last year, I feel like they struggled with this too. And they're a little bit of the different defensive line last year than this year, but still the same kind of problems created for the quarterback and these offensive linemen, which is why we're seeing so many holdings go against the Panthers.
So that holding penalty is going to push them back 10 yards. So first down and 20.
First and long for the Panthers.
Clock's now taking down to right around the 5-minute mark here in the first half.
Down at the concession stand.
Proviso's been making the offense look a little bit better here in the second quarter. Just a couple penalties really stopping them from getting anything going. As they get the snap off here, deep drop back. That ball's going to be thrown away as there's another penalty marker thrown in the backfield.
Incomplete pass. Brings up
See what this one is, whether it's holding or they decide to call that an intentional grounding. Looks like the referees agree on a holding penalty. So that'll be another 10 yards back.
Goes against the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't think it could have been a holding, TJ, because he was outside the tackle box. There was a receiver relatively close, so I think the Panthers had a better argument that it was just an incompletion. There's an injured Panther on the field.
So we are going to take a timeout here with this injury timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes Varsity Football here on York Sports Network. First down and 29 after the 2 consecutive holding penalties. This was going to be thrown out quickly and completed to his wide receiver. There's a fumble on the field, though. Picked up by the Dukes. That was the reception by Malik Layers, and he was trying to fight for every extra yard, but it was stripped out. So now the York Dukes, after the interception by Massel, are going to catch a break, and they're going to get right back out on the field.
Yeah, TJ, great job by Aiden Link sticking with it, able to get the ball out, and then Aiden Belize comes in, scoops it up, and the Dukes get the ball back. We're going to look at this one again. That's just a throw over the middle reception. Link sticks with it, and he's able to punch the ball out, and Belize is right there to fall on top of it. Dukes get the ball back at their own 23-yard line.
So after that last turnover caused by Aiden Link, Massel's going to come back out with the offense. He's going to roll out to his right, looking downfield. There's nothing there, and he's going to get thrown out of bounds. Sacked by none other than Zion Moore for his second sack of the night.
Zion Moore.
He's definitely looked the best out there tonight for the Panthers defensively.
Second down for the Dukes.
And that's something that you sometimes see in a small, a younger quarterback, Connor. You know, the reluctancy to throw that ball away, waiting until the very last second to try and make something happen.
Yeah, and I think that just comes with experience, which is why this game is so important for him as a player, and able to operate with the full playbook here, just operating like a 0-0 game. Obviously, it's 28-0, so you've got some room for mistakes, but still, it allows Massel to get the full varsity experience.
Is now on second down and 16. Massel's going to get this one out quickly to Bathini, and he's going to be able to get back to the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 7 on the play.
And I think these short passes, from what I've seen, these short passes are what is best for Massel's style of play. I mean, he's a dual threat quarterback. I think you're going to see when some RPOs called with short passes.
It's also a big confidence booster.
Learning opportunity.
After the interception, you know, you want to boost that confidence a little bit, getting those short completions. You know, any completion as a quarterback gives you that extra little bit of extra confidence. There was a neutral zone infraction on the Panthers, so that will be a 5-yard penalty. So third down and just 4 to go now for the Dukes, sitting at the Panthers' 13-yard line. Sorry, 19-yard line. 13 is the first down marker. Massel's going to take this one. Looking out to his right. He's got Bathini again. Beautiful ran route there by Josiah. Pass was dropped, though, so now it's going to bring about 4th down and 4. And without Glodz being here out and the score already being 28-0, I'm going to assume that Coach Fitzgerald's going to keep the offense out there.
I mean, why not go for it? See what the second team offense has got. And I mean, Kennedy is a capable enough kicker to probably hit this field goal, but you want to see what your offense has got.
It's going to be a timeout called by the Dukes. That's going to be their first. And before we step away shortly, we're going to give an update on the soccer game.
Welcome to all
the Dukes
here tonight.
Sent it into a second overtime, still tied 2-2. That wrapped up after the second overtime. They are now currently going into PKs for that regional final title. We'll try and keep you updated as soon as we can find out that information.
Welcome back, Dukes.
So that was a quick timeout, quick discussion. They will bring out Brennan Kennedy to kick this ball away.
Yeah, it looked like Bruno was looking for someone to jump, but he couldn't get any Panther to go off sides. Now we'll give Brennan Kennedy an opportunity. His first field goal on the varsity level.
The Dukes yet to miss a field goal, not trying to jinx it. Kennedy does not make it, though.
And
Call that
the
an
field
announcer
goal
jinx.
attempt
Probably
is
shouldn't
no
have said
good.
anything on that, but
The first down
first varsity
for the Panthers
field goal
at the
there by
25-yard
Brennan
line.
Kennedy, and that's wide right.
Well, TJ, not trying to blame you or anything, but I will say this is a bit of a trend with you. When we were at the Downers North game, Damian Glatz missed his first field.
Got blocked.
He missed his first kick of the year when he said he was automatic, and now Brennan Kennedy misses his first varsity kick, so maybe it's a little bit of a...
Try to remember that
Yeah.
come playoff time. I don't think it'll affect them too much tonight, but definitely for playoffs, I'll try to keep that on the down low. So in that Glenbard East versus York regional final game, Damian Glatz, the kicker for York, scored their first goal, and goalie Diego Ochoa was able to make a great save, and Waski also made a goal, so that's 2-0 in Pens as Diego Ochoa was able to make a second great save. So it's 2-0 after 2 rounds. If you don't know in soccer, it's best of 5. So if York scores one more and they also stop the next Pen, that will be game. So really a lot of pressure going on for Glenbard East right now to get their goals in.
What a better start for the Dukes.
This ball is going to be heaved down the field in the middle of nowhere. Looks like taken down. There is a flag thrown. This should be going on Charles Freed.
Number 1, Jacob
He
Murchison.
hooked the
There's a flag
wide
on the
receiver
field.
right there, that being
Quarterback
number 3,
was
Davion
pressured by number
Jones.
50, Angelo Marchiri.
And yes,
First
that is
down
what
for
they're
the
going to call it,
Panthers.
pass interference on Charles Freed.
Yeah, and it looked like he kind of just like got tangled up with him, and he was brought down by either, I'm not sure, whether it was the face mask or the collar, shoulder pad or collar. Couldn't really tell, but nonetheless, it's a clear flag and a personal foul.
Michael Greco was able to knock in the 3rd goal, so awaiting this Glenbard East kick, which I was just updated that they made it, so not game over yet there in Schaumburg.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line for the Panthers.
Getting
Very,
close.
very
T.
nail-biting game over there. Wish we had enough personnel to get both games at the same time for you guys, but we'll give as much updates as we possibly can. Panthers once again launching one deep. This one's going to be thrown in Georges' direction, but way too
Incomplete
short.
pass defended by number
That pass was
31,
intended
Charles Georges.
for number 21
down.
of the Panthers, Tremaine Banks.
Some more good coverage by Charlie Georges, and the throw was short. So, but he wasn't able to come in and pick it off, but still great coverage.
So after that incomplete pass, it will be 2nd down and 10 from the 35. And I know I might have said this a couple times already tonight, but I think the Panthers' offense has looked a lot better in the 2nd quarter. They haven't been able to get into the end zone yet, but they've been making more
And on
plays. And
defense for the
I like the
Dukes,
style of
number
offense they're running
35,
better. They're
Kelly.
keeping it spread out, getting more receivers out there, giving their quarterback a chance to make some plays. You know, they had a couple of huge receptions earlier
Number
this quarter
55,
called
Joe
back.
Myers.
Connor, do you think if they can
And their
hold on those
associate.
penalties, maybe they can get
2nd down.
a touchdown or maybe any kind of points here in the 2nd half?
I think if you limit the holding and the pass interference, you give yourself a great opportunity to score.
Quarterback's going to have to roll out right. Tackled in the backfield.
Number 50.
Sack right there by Angelo Martiri.
With the shoelace sack.
Barely grabbing that. Looked like right shoestring of the Proviso quarterback. Loss of 4 on the play.
3rd down.
And we have just been updated that the York Dukes do win it. 4-1 is the final score in Schaumburg. They're able to take down the Glenbard East Rams as you see that instant replay from that last sack. It will be a 3rd down and 14, but big night for the Dukes. Looks like they win in soccer, and it looks like if the Dukes can hang on to this 28-0 lead going into halftime, that we'll have 2 wins on the same night, right before homecoming tomorrow. So with this 3rd down and 14 play with just a minute left to go in the half, Proviso's looking to air it out deep. This one's going to be launched downfield, intended for the
Incomplete
Proviso
pass is
receiver
number 1,
Jacob Merksen,
brings
but
up a
brought
4th down
broken up by number 22 Jonathan Salza,
for the
the
Panthers.
senior
Pass was
cornerback.
defended by number 22.
Yeah, and he had a
Jonathan
great
Zala.
interception
For those of you
at
interested
Lions
in the
last
international
week,
sport
and
of
he
football,
breaks up
known as
another one, so
soccer
he's having
here in the
himself
United
a
States of America,
pretty good
your
two-week
York
stretch.
Dukes emerge victorious. Final score 3-2. In the went down to penalty kicks for it, folks. Also featured in that game is your own York Duke American football player, Damian Gotts.
The Panthers will send out this kicking unit with Davion Jones, the punter. Jack Birnbaum still back deep to return this kick at the 35-yard line. This once again going to be a short kick, very high. Going to bounce right out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. So 47 seconds left to go in the half.
Was fielded out of bounds by number 18, Nico Ruggieri.
We'll have to
Oddly
see
enough, was
here.
not on the field during the time of that play.
We'll have to see here if Coach Fitz wants to just kneel this and go into halftime with this 28-point lead, or if he wants to try a little 2-minute drill with Bruno Mass on the second team to see what can happen there.
I don't know. I think it could go either way. I mean, although it looks like Josiah is going to the other hash, so maybe we will have a bit of offense.
And we see that Coach Fitzgerald decided to finally take out his starting tight end and Luca Chernich and put in Jack Lawden, the senior tight end. So Massa will throw this ball. He's got Birnbaum across the middle. He's going to make a great grab.
Pass caught by
Brought
number
down
15,
at the
Jack
other
Birnbaum.
38-yard
Tackle made by
line.
number 1, Jacob Merksen. First down.
Clock will stop as they do move the chains, and that's how it works in high school and college football. So Massel faking it to Fitzgerald, has plenty of time, looking for a play, gets it out to Jack Lawden. Lawden able to get up out of bounds to
Pass caught
about the
by number
27-yard line,
89,
bringing up.
Jack
They will say he
Lawton.
got the first down, so they'll move the chains once again, and he went out of bounds, so clock will stop.
And I think they need probably about maybe 10, 12 more yards to say they might be able to be in Brennan Kennedy's range. But, I mean, with the way they're moving the ball right now, they might be able to get in the end zone.
Especially with those 2 timeouts. Proviso West elects to take one of their last 2 timeouts here. So with that, we are going to step away here. We'll be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes Varsity Football on York Sports Network. Massel out of the timeout, looking for someone open. He has Birnbaum, but being pressured there by number 4, A.J. Williams. He already gets a sack tonight. So the pass is a little bit high for Birnbaum. Going to bring up a second down and 10 from the 28 with just 22 seconds left to go in the first half.
Duke fans, don't forget, buy your raffle tickets for the Amazon gift card courtesy of John Nolden of Guaranteed Rate here in Elmhurst. Proceeds go to support all York sports.
Massel looking to throw it deep. He's going to try and escape in the pocket, but brought down there by number 18, Nana Ofosa Kere.
Nana Ofusu Okirie.
And it looks like they're just going to let this clock run down. 4 seconds. Rush are going to blow a timeout. signaling that the York Dukes called their second to last timeout. So with 4 seconds left,
this is homecoming weekend.
have to see what Coach
And we are
Fitz has
so
in
glad to
store
have all of our
there.
alumni here.
We're going to take a short break here. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes Varsity Football on York Sports Network.
York activities.
Massel with 4 seconds left, looking to make a huge play happen. There's a flag thrown. Deep throw from Massel. It's going to be out of the back of the end zone.
There's a flag
Showing
on
off
the
a
field.
huge, his big arm right there. Throwing that one 40 yards in the run.
But that brings
Was a
about the
penalty on
end
the Dukes, so it was a holding.
of the
So
first
that's going
half.
to end this first half.
York
28-0
Dukes
our
in the
score
lead.
here, with the Dukes winning on homecoming against the Proviso West Panthers. Show you some of our top halftime clips here for the York Dukes marching band comes out.
This was the first touchdown of the game to Luke Maylander. That made it 7-0 in favor of the Dukes. Just a simple screen pass. His 12th touchdown of the year. And then the next one where looked like Proviso West got away with a neutral zone infraction. But after this play, I don't think anyone on the Dukes cared, because Winton throws a dot to Finton Helm for the second Dukes touchdown. The third touchdown, George Kikos' first touchdown of the year. Simple screen pass that was likely intended for him from the start. And then this one on a play where Kikos was the third read. 50-yard touchdown reception that made it 28-0, and that's where we sit.
Duke fans, welcome
Going into
to
halftime,
tonight's
TJ.
halftime performance. This season, we are proud to
And with that,
present
we're going to step away and
music from one of
let
the
the
most
York
iconic
Duke
theater
marching band
productions
take
of all
over
time,
here in
West Side
Elmhurst.
Story.
Don't go
With music
anywhere
by
for
Leonard
second half
Bernstein
action.
and
You're watching
lyrics
York
by
Dukes
Stephen
football on
Sondheim.
York Sports
West Side
Network.
Story was revolutionary in American theater due to its sophisticated musical writing, extended dance sequences, and tragic combination of love and social conflict. Our drum majors for this season are Caroline Fisher and Luke Wallace, who will now perform their salutes. We hope you enjoy the opener for our West Side Story show, Maria. The next portion of our West Side Story show features color guard soloist Ara Krosovich, Nikita Thacker, Sophia Vidic, and trumpet soloist Mac Olson. We hope you enjoy this ballad, I Have a Love. Next up, we have the signature swing tune of the Jets' leader, Riff. This is Cool. Our next portion accompanies the iconic Dance at the Gym, where the Sharks and Jets rivalry heats up. We hope you enjoy this color guard feature of Mambo. We conclude our West Side Story portion of tonight's halftime show with a thrilling rendition of a classic love song. We hope you enjoy our West Side Story finale tonight. And now please welcome to the field the outstanding York Palms and Cheer, led by Alyssa Ortiz, Emily Bowman, and Melissa Lancaster. They will be performing to an arrangement of Lips Are Moving. And now please welcome to the field middle school students from Bryan, Churchville, and Sandburg Middle Schools to join in the playing of our fight song. On your feet, Duke fans, for your York High School fight song.
Congratulations, it's time for our raffle drawing, courtesy of John Nolden of Guaranteed Rate here in Elmhurst. Remember, all proceeds go to support all York athletics. Winning ticket number is 418266. Dave Mausieri, congratulations. And thank you to John Nolden from Guaranteed Rate here in Elmhurst.
Now coming back from halftime here in Elmhurst for the York Dukes varsity homecoming game. Score is currently 28-0. York Dukes came out in an electrifying way on the offensive side of the ball. Proviso West has really struggled to do anything on offense themselves. Connor, what have we seen from Sean Winton here tonight in that first half that was so impressive?
Well, he was 9 of 10, TJ, for 122 yards and 4 touchdowns. I think the yardage being so low is because they started with such great field position in each drive, but he's been incredibly efficient leading his team and throwing for 4 touchdowns, the highest mark of his highest mark of his season, and that's the final, probably the final stat line he's going to exit with. And throwing 2 touchdowns to George Kikos, who's been great tonight, as well as a touchdown to Luke Maylander and Finton Helm. But now the second team offense is going to try and score a touchdown. They were not able to score at all in the first half, despite having 2 drives and opportunities to do so. So we'll see if Bruno Masso can lead his team into the end zone.
And who knows, maybe a little mixture of Adam U later tonight, depending if things get more out of hand than they already are here in Elmhurst. Adam U, also the junior quarterback, the third string guy, mixing in some time at some other positions. Him and Bruno Massel split quite a bit of time early on in the season last year. Both looked very efficient out there. But yeah, Bruno Massel getting his first real action in the first half. We saw him, getting to throw the ball a little bit more. He really hasn't had an opportunity to do that. They've mostly brought him out in option situations, and when the game was already out of hand, really just handing the ball off. So we'll see if Coach Fitz decides to let him throw the ball a little bit more here in the second half, see what he really has, because come playoff time, they need to make sure they can have someone that they can rely on just in case of, worst comes to worst, Sean Winton, gets hurt for some terrible reason. But we've had, because we've seen that already a little bit in the regular season. We've had some guys out, like tonight, Delanus and Jake Mellion, 2 stars on the Dukes. Last 3 weeks, Chris Danko is out.
Yeah.
So the depth is definitely a huge thing going into playoffs, especially later on in that deep playoff run that we hope that they have like they did last year.
Well, I think another thing with allowing Bruno to throw the ball tonight is that adds depth to when you bring him out and put Winton at wide receiver. Now it's not just, most teams were assuming run after the first time they ran that wildcat formation that resulted in the touchdown. But now if Bruno can throw it, I mean, that provides a new type of fold to that formation that no one has seen before, because they're so used to him just running it. So I think it's also important to get him throwing the football in a game like this, low stress environment, in like a game situation, running the plays. So I think that's also very important.
And what you just saw on screen there a couple of seconds ago was that huge George Kikos touchdown from Winton earlier. I know that me and Connor were talking a little bit in the first half about Kikos being able to make some good plays when he gets the ball in his hands. Not a lot of volume, but we've seen that volume here tonight. He's shown us really what he can do out there when given the opportunity. 2 touchdowns. First one was not a little screen pass, but the second one he was showing off his speed and able to make that great over-the-shoulder catch from a huge deep ball from Sean Winton. Most likely his night is done as well. As most of the stars came out in the beginning of that second quarter.
Not a bad quarter for him.
No, not at all. And one little concern you may have going into playoffs next week is that with the Duke Stars only getting that quarter of action, will they be rusty coming out in that beginning of the game? I think it was 2 years ago, there was a similar game where it was a bit of a blowout with Matt Veza when he was still the quarterback here, and Kelly Watson and that whole group of guys that took us deep last year. They were 8-1 going into the playoffs. They had a huge blowout game. Stars didn't get a ton of playing time, and they ended up losing a game that they probably should have won to Minooka. Weather did obviously have an impact on that game, but could maybe see them coming out slow, not getting a lot of PT the week before.
Yeah, TJ, and I really chalked that Minooka game up just to the weather. I mean, you're playing a team from down south. I mean, that's like a school that probably runs the ball more than York does, despite how much Coach Fitz loves to run the ball. So, I mean, that was just ideal conditions for them and not as ideal of conditions for York. And then they had some unfortunate plays where they gave up a couple of big rushes and a couple of short passes that went for big yardage, and then that's just kind of how they lost that game. But hopefully that doesn't happen this year, and I don't think they're expecting it to. I mean, this is still a very complete team led by Sean Winton, Jake Mellion, and that excellent linebacking and defensive line.
And that was a question that was answered very early in the season, because a lot of seniors obviously went on to college this year, and there was a ton of questions going on whether this offense would be able to keep that level that they had the year before with Veza, with a new quarterback, new running back, new wide receiver weapons. And within the first, I think, maybe a quarter or two, me and Connor had a pretty good idea that this offense was going to be just as special, if not even better than last year's team.
Kicking off for the Panthers, number.
And I think part of it is they weren't getting away from the core principles of the offense. Run the ball, have good blocking, and protect your quarterback when he's in the pocket, and they've stuck to that all year, and that's why they've they're looking to get their third straight 8-win season.
As the kicker comes out to boot this one away, Birnbaum's going to muff it. Picking up at the 25. He's got a little bit of room to work here. He's trying to get up past the 50. He brought down at the 45-yard line. Good return there after the muffed catch.
And
so it looks like it will be Bruno Massel coming out once again as Sean Winton's got the baseball cap on down there on the sideline.
45-yard line.
The good old baseball cap tee, and yet if you're a quarterback, I usually know what that means. Your night is done. And it'll be interesting to see what Bruno can do.
Here's the snap and the handoff to Moscow. Moscow's got plenty of room. Good block there from the wide receiver of York, and they're able to step out there at the 35-yard line. Really one of the only few rushing attempts we've seen, but Moscow able to make something big happen on his first rushing attempt.
Yeah, and TJ, I mean, when we've gotten through Valley and then we've gotten through Jimmy Connors, we usually see Adam Fennell next, but tonight it's Moscow on the nice rush there, and it could be a big piece next year.
As we see Massel take off himself, he's up to the 25-yard line using that blazing speed he has, able to step out at the 10-yard line. Another huge gain on the play. Getting down to the 10-yard line, so now first down and goal.
And TJ, that's the type of play you're used to seeing from Bruno Massel. These little quarterback design QB runs, these RPOs, and he's really dangerous with his legs.
As Massel's going to look to pass this one out quick to Jack Lawton, who's able to get that yardage right there, just 3 yards on the play. It is a running clock here with the score how it is. Massel going to hand this one off to Moscow, and Moscow's going to get in for the 6-yard touchdown run. That's Noah Moscow's first rushing touchdown of the year, and it just seems like everyone's getting their first of the year today, Connor.
Yeah, and I mean, this is an all-around team effort, just getting some new guys in, and especially when you're in the red zone so often, you're able to get some new guys, some touches, receptions, whatever. And Noah Moscow is the next recipient. Kikos was the first one to score his first touchdown tonight, and Moscow's the second.
As once again, Brendan Kennedy out to kick. This one got the starting field goal unit out there. No backups out there yet. Unless you include Brendan Kennedy, who's technically the backup kicker for Damian Glodz. But still Wicklow snapping and still Ruggieri holding. Oh, it's going to be a fake. Ruggieri's looking to pass it. He's got a man open in the one-handed grab by Jack Troutman. The trickery there from Nico Ruggieri. And we know that Jack Troutman, back in his Elmer's Eagles days, was a tight end, and showing off the great hands right there on the one-handed grab. Was not expecting that at all. And Ruggieri makes a great throw.
Well, TJ, I thought Kennedy was about to drill his 5th extra point of the day, and Ruggieri took the snap, and he rolls out behind, and this is a great job. Take another look at that touchdown. That's just a halfback draw up the middle, and an excellent block from Jack Lawton that opened up the end zone for Noah Moscow. But once again, that was an excellent two-point trick play for the 2-point conversion. Ruggieri kind of has an arm. I mean, TJ, you played baseball with him. You know he can kind of sling it, and I'm sure he can sling a football too.
And I know most people will say that it doesn't really translate, but I mean, when you've been playing baseball and football since the 4th grade, like a guy like Nico Ruggieri, you're going to know how to throw both things, playing both games that long.
I don't know. I've played a couple of baseball games with Sean Winton, and I mean, I can personally say he's got an absolute cannon. on the football field from what I've seen, and
Kicking
on
off
the
for Dukes,
baseball
number
field
88,
from personal
Brandon
experience.
Kennedy.
So, and some great quarterbacks, as you know, like Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes also played baseball. So I think there has to be some level of translation, maybe just with arm talent. And TJ, I'm sure you could sling a football. No?
I've thrown a football there now and then. You know, a little rusty. Haven't touched one in a while.
Toss the old pigskin around.
Good return there. Ball's looking to be ripped out. Looked like Birnbaum was in there trying to
Tackle made
pull
by
that
number
ball
15,
away,
Jack
but
Birnbaum.
Proviso West will come
Return
out
is made by
after that
number
last
12,
touchdown by Noah
Malik
Moskal. Their drive's going to
First
start at the
and 10
26-yard
for
line.
the Panthers at the perfect cube of
Looks
3.
like we're still seeing most of the starting defensive backs and safeties out there. Second string D-line and second string linebackers, but still starting corners with Borchers out there, as well as Jonathan Salza, Aiden Link, who we know gets some good PT. We saw him earlier tonight in the first quarter when Sika was still out there.
I think for Link, it's about getting him more reps because he gets a decent amount of playing time, but he's not the full-time starter. He's behind Sika.
And if you can get him more reps and get him, you know, just a little sharper for come playoff time, definitely going to be what this team needs. And there's a quick pass there, that one being completed. We'll see what kind of forward progress they give him. But where he caught it would have been a 5-yard catch.
Number 12.
That one being
Malik
caught
Lairs,
by
tackled by number 10, Charles Free.
number 12, Malik Lairs.
And TJ, with the score now 36-0, I really think this is just about getting as much practice for as many people as possible in order to just prepare everyone as much as possible before playoffs.
So they were able to pick up just a yard on the play where he was called dead. So Proviso now on 2nd down and 9. This ball's going to be launched down the field. A little wobbly and short. Closest receiver right there is Malik Lairs. And closest York Duke there was Aiden Belize on the play.
Well, we found the 2-point conversion. Here it is. Ruggieri is set up like normal, like he's about to hold it. And the snap, and then he just spins out, and he's got Troutman wide open. The throw was a little bit out of reach, but not for Troutman as he reels it in with one hand.
Troutman's a big kid down there. Don't be fooled by that big size, though. He's got plenty of speed on him as well. We've seen that all year defensively. He's been able to track down those halfbacks in the backfield, even though obviously we know the running backs are typically the fastest guys on the field.
Yeah, he's quite shifty too, I might add. He's got some good moves, which is why he's able to get to the quarterback so much.
So 3rd down and 9, low snap, but able to be picked up. Shoulders on pursuit, able to evade that one throw, going to go straight out of bounds.
Incomplete pass.
Jacob Merksen was the intended target. But with that ball sailing out of bounds, going to bring it by 4th down and 9.
Number 20, Danny Wagner. And number 80, Luke Shorter. It's 4th down for the Panthers.
Well, even though it looked like the offense was staying out for a little bit, they go with a wise decision, and they're going to punt it because it's 4th and 9 and they're on their own 28.
That punt is going to be an absolute knuckleball. He's going to get a great bounce, though, from where it landed out at the 42.
Down by number 12.
And I mean, punt might have not gone far, but kind of was quite beautiful in the air. Just absolutely no spin rotation. It's just as memorizing as when someone throws a knuckleball in baseball. I mean, you know, it's not thrown hard or anything, but it just absolutely looks cool on how it just like kind of dances in the air with no rotation on it.
Knuckleball's got to be my favorite pitch in baseball, and a punt like that has got to be great for football as well.
Big play there from Moscow once again. He's been an absolute monster here in this third quarter. He's got the one lone touchdown here so far, but he's had 3 monster runs here to start out the second half. And like I predicted earlier, Connor, we see Adam Yu out there at the quarterback position, no longer Bruno Massel.
We're going to get to all the quarterbacks roster tonight. Only one more to go.
And with their one more quarter, I wouldn't be surprised as there's a jet sweep handoff to Max Sennett. Sennett able to pick up 2 on the play.
Max Sennett with the run for the Dukes.
Max Sennett also used to play running back
second down
back when he was younger, so he can definitely take the ball out of the backfield. Very shifty kid down there on the field, extremely fast. So definitely want to get him the ball any way you can, especially in that game where the score is 36-0 with a running clock, 3:12 left to go in the third. And Connor, you might be right about that 4th quarterback getting in the game. I see Jesse Ryburn taking snaps over on the sideline. He was going to look to get that to Lawton, and Lawton goes up trying to make a spectacular one-handed grab, but it was knocked down, almost intercepted by number 3, Davion Jones, which slipped right through his hands.
That was some good coverage, and so close to the second interception by a Proviso West defender. We saw them come down with the Massel pass attempt earlier, almost with the U attempt, but like you said, just right through the hands, but so close.
This was going to be a handoff to Noah Moskal. He's able to pick up 2 on the play, so 4th down and just about 5 or 6 yards to go. I would assume that the offense will stay out here.
28, Noah Moskal on the run for the Dukes.
Adam Yu looking to pass it. He's going deep. He's got Jack Lawton who catches it, and Jack Lawton gets into the end zone. Another Duke scoring their first touchdown of the year. The senior tight end, Jack Lawton, able to go up and get that ball. Great pass from Adam Yu. And Lawton is having the time of his life down there in the end zone right now.
And I mean, that's awesome. That's the 3rd player today to get his first touchdown of the season. We take another look at it. Yu just airs it out deep. He's got Lawton who had separation, and he sheds the tackle, and he's able to get into the end zone standing up. An excellent throw from Adam Yu, an excellent catch by Jack Lawton. And he gets his first receiving touchdown of the season.
And the Dukes will actually kick this one this time. And Brennan Kennedy is able to knock it down. So after that Jack Lawton touchdown, making the score 43-0. 1:39 left to go in the third quarter. We're going to step away here. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes Varsity Football on York Sports Network. Brennan Kennedy kicking this ball away. Going to be returned by Proviso. Proviso able to work their way up to the 30-yard line.
Number 3, Devion Jones.
Devion Jones was the returner. He's done a great job all night. Able to get a lot of yards, really.
39, Michael Grazzini.
Not getting a lot of help on the blocking side of things, but he's using his speed, and he's done a real good job out here. He also had that huge receiving catch we saw earlier in the game that was 75 yards. That was called back by the holding penalty.
91, John Hart.
A lot of new faces out there for the Dukes.
Amari Becerra Herrera.
Yeah, TJ, and I think they're really starting to make their rounds and get some new people. And Jackson Moran in at defensive back, Hunter Ryan's in at free safety, and we also have number 24, Alex Lopez in the game. Number 39, Mikey Grazzini. Number 83, Mark Datsev at defensive line, not his normal position.
I'll see how this Duke depth will fare against the Proviso West starters. As great spin move there by the quarterback. He's making a huge play up to the 50-yard line. And what an athletic move there by the Proviso West quarterback. He's all the way up to the 40-yard line.
First down, Panther.
Yeah, that was a beautiful spin move. What did you say, Connor?
And TJ, out of pretty much all the big plays I saw from him,
That ends the third quarter.
they were all QB scrambles and him running the football. And we see in this last play, he just drops back and the pocket collapsed. Instead of trying to take a shot and take a hit, excellent spin move, and he spins past 3 Dukes defenders. And he's able to get to the sideline and pick up about 15 extra yards before finally being brought down by 6 Dukes players.
And with that, we're going to step away at the end of the third quarter. The score is 43-0. York Dukes in the lead.
Yes, TJ was calling me.
Going back to pass. This ball's launched over the middle. Guarded by Alex Lopez. That's going to be broken up. Flag thrown. Looks to be defensive pass interference on Alex Lopez. Obviously will be accepted, so that ball will be pushed up quite a bit here for Proviso. They're finally catching a break.
And maybe it won't be the dreaded shutout that they faced multiple times against conference opponents. Maybe they will be able to put some points on the board.
And their offense has really struggled this year. Connor only putting up 20 points on the season through the first
against
8
conference
games.
opponents.
Against conference opponents.
42 on the season.
So, with that being said, a score here can at least end their season on some sort of a high note. Especially scoring against a team that's as good as this York Dukes defense has been all season long. Gives them something to look forward to next season. As we've seen this freshman quarterback out here for Proviso play quite well for just a freshman. He was called up to the team yesterday. As he's going to throw this one across the middle, and that one's just thrown a bit short as it was intended for Devion Jones.
Number 3, Devion Jones. He was defended by number 46, Harry Letsos.
Okay. Second down and 10 after the pass to Davion Jones was incomplete. He's stepping back, stepping up in the pocket, making another great play. And the Proviso West quarterback has plenty of space. He's going for the pylon, and he gets into the end zone. Proviso West touchdown here in Elmhurst. 9:30 left in the fourth quarter. Scores 43-6. And the Panthers are absolutely ecstatic for their freshman quarterback, who we apologize, do not have a name on roster for him. As we said earlier, he was called up yesterday. But he has really shown off that leg talent here tonight, and we're going to look at that run one more time.
Yeah, I mean, you see him drop back into the pocket. The rush comes early. They send two guys at the blitz, and he's able to beat out the defensive lineman. I mean, and he's way faster than a lot of these York defenders, and he just cruises into the end zone.
And it looks like they'll be going for two here. Obviously, game's already over. Why not get some extra offensive practice here near the goal line? Gonna throw a pass over the middle, and that's broken up.
Conversion is
by
incomplete.
A Duke defender right there.
It was defended by number 40, Vaughn Martiri.
Vaughn Martiri was the cornerback on the play who broke that pass up. So with 9:30 left to go in this fourth quarter with the running clock, 43-6 our score, we're going to step away really quickly. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes Varsity Football on York Sports Network.
We welcome you back from break, and with that Proviso West touchdown, these 6 points have officially been the second most they've scored in any conference game this season, the most being the 14 points they put up in their 63-14 loss when they played Oak Park River Forest. And Oak Park is able to pull off the upset of Glenbard West, the Dukes would be the lone victors of the West Suburban Silver. However, if Glenbard West wins and the Dukes keep their 43-6 lead and win this game, then they will both share the West Suburban Silver Conference title.
Glenbard West played Proviso West last weekend. They won that game pretty easily, as there's going to be a squib kick here to prevent any huge play. But I mean, right there, that's a pretty good return from Joe Myers.
Kickoff was returned by number
the senior
55,
linebacker. We saw him starting tonight with
Myers.
some injuries to the linebackers, but Joe Myers showing off his speed right there.
And I mean,
take another look at that one.
Yeah.
I think we have to.
I think we got to look at that one again if we can.
If we can get that up there real quickly.
Oh, not the best.
Starting back.
Not the best camera view.
There it is.
Yeah, we
there's
catch Joe
Myers.
And he breaks a couple of tackles before being brought down. And I mean, that's just pure athleticism right there, showing off the muscles. Because no one need a plethora of defenders to bring down Joe Myers.
And here's the handoff from Adam Yu. Running back's going to be taken down after a gain of 3.
Charles Tully with the run for the Dukes.
Charles Tully, the 6 foot 170 junior defensive lineman, is out there at running back right now.
45 of the Panthers. Second down, Dukes. Gain of 3 on the play.
Choi going to stay out there at the running back spot. Once again, we like to repeat that he is a defensive lineman. Adam Yu still in that quarterback for the moment. It's going to be another handoff to Tully. Tully's barreling his way through for another 2 yards. And that's what you get when you put a defensive lineman out there. He's going to run people over. He's bigger than a lot of those other guys. That's what you're expecting him to do.
Yeah, well, TJ, if we're switching positions around, I'd like to see Ruggieri take a couple of deep shots to the end zone.
Yeah, we saw the throws earlier. Why not get him out there quarterback, see what he can do?
And TJ, you also said Jack Lawton can throw a football pretty far. So
I mean, yeah, he was the starting freshman B-team quarterback back when our class was just freshmen. No, it's the B team and everything, but he does have an absolute cannon back there at the quarterback spot. As Yu's looking to pass, a little bit high, but that pass is caught.
Pass thrown by number 16, Adam Yu.
Number 86 on the caught, P.J. McLafferty on the reception.
McLafferty's first catch.
And number 59 of the Panthers, first down Dukes.
What I think is the year on varsity, TJ. A lot of firsts for everyone, a lot of first touchdowns, a lot of first receptions.
And that's exactly what you want to see, as we see Jesse Ryburn getting out there on the field for his first snap here as a varsity York Duke.
Number 37, Jesse Ryburn.
They're lining them up to the left of you. Interesting.
Ryburn typically a quarterback, but they got him in at wide receivers. Another handoff to Tully. Tully trying to get some extra yards, but brought down right back at the line of scrimmage.
Tully on the run, tackled by number 10, Arlen Brackett.
But like we were just saying, Jesse Ryburn getting his first varsity action as a York Duke. It's always good to see those guys deeper down in the depth chart. I mean, you rarely see that four-string quarterback come out. I mean, in a game like this, we thought there was a chance earlier on. I know you were talking about it, but
I think there's a lot of guys that are getting in that we don't normally get to see, and that's always.
There's a bad snap there, and Adam Yu's just gonna have to fall on. It's gonna be a loss of 5. But
number 16, Adam Yu.
Yeah, I mean, Connor, couple names that we haven't been able to call yet this year, but it's good. We get to learn those other guys that don't typically get to be out there. It's fun for everyone. Definitely fun for us up there. How many times are you going to see a defensive lineman go out there and run the ball as a running back?
Not many. And how many more opportunities are we going to get to see Jack Lawton catching touchdowns? When he graduates in the spring, I mean, it's just.
Yeah, it's especially special for the seniors. Juniors getting their PT, that's fun and all. They got one more year of doing that. But for those senior guys like Jack Lawton, that's a touchdown he'll remember for quite a while. As there's a huge deep pass going up for a Moss. Oh, almost brought down right there. By number 82, Quinlan Hughes going up for the reception.
Fourth down for the Dukes.
Looked like for a second there he was going to come down with that, but broken up there by the Proviso West defensive back. Clock continues to tick down here with 4:35 left to go. And I personally here, if I'm Coach Fitz, fourth down and long, if you're staying out there, throw that jump ball up to Jack Lawton. He's a big kid. He's got some vertical. We saw him make a great grab earlier. Let him go for another one.
I think just kind of open the playbook.
So Yu is going to look back to pass. Going for a double move on that one. Pass is too long. That pass was intended for number 19, Hayden Alexander. Hayden Alexander was a big part of that sophomore team last year that me and Connor got to announce.
Number 78.
I think he was battling with a little bit of an injury problem at the beginning of the year. Wasn't seeing much time, but it's good to see that he's back out there on the field able to play.
Yeah, I think it was something with his hamstring. I think he just kind of tweaked it in practice, and then I don't think he let it fully recover or healed improperly, and that's kind of what kept him out for such a long time. But he's finally back, and it's great to see him on the field once again.
As Proviso's going to get another chance here with the clock clicking down. See if they can get some more points up on the board here. Definitely looking to throw it deep. That's what we see over the middle. He has his man wide open. Number 3, Davion Jones. He's inside the 10. 5, touchdown. Davion Jones for Proviso West scores another touchdown. He got his huge play taken away earlier, but this time it will stand. The Proviso's got their second touchdown here in the fourth quarter. 43-12. Now our score. If they go for 2 and get it, they will tie their scoring mark here tonight of 14, which they did against the OPRF Huskies.
Yeah, that was a great route by Davion Jones, and he gets hit in stride, and he's able to cruise into the end zone for a Proviso West touchdown. And Jones, like you said, TJ, he gets his get back after missing the big reception earlier, but I think he'd much rather sacrifice a few yards for the touchdown.
That snap is going to be thrown down, but once again, being able to escape from the pocket, the quarterback is trying to get into the end zone. He's going to run it himself. Tackled hard.
2-point conversion.
Was not able to get in. Tackled by number 49, Gavin Chavez on the tackle.
Okay. Welcome you back after Proviso West's second touchdown. They're set to kick it off. Lots of shuffling around. The kick is up. It's another squib kick. It's going to be picked up at the 40 and returned to the 50. Just a really weird kind of squib kick. 2:41. I think they're just trying to get the clock rolling. Joe Myers, his second kickoff return tonight. Back-to-back returns for the man. Joe Myers trying to break out that spin move. Couldn't do it a second time. And that's going to bring out Adam Yu and the third string offense once again.
Adam Yu back out at quarterback for what should be the final drive. Handoff to, I believe that is Noah Moskal out there, able to pick up 3. Now under the 2-minute mark.
75, Keel Granberry. Second down for the Dukes.
Timeout called.
Timeout called by
Proviso West.
And we'd like to take this
So,
to thank all of our
with
parents
1:57 left on the clock and the Dukes leading 43-12, we're gonna step away here for a quick minute. Don't go anywhere to watch the conclusion of this homecoming football game. You're watching York Dukes Varsity Football on York Sports Network. Back from that Proviso West timeout. Adam Yu still in at quarterback. Another handoff to Moscow. Moscow trying to bounce it outside, and he's just going to go down. He will lose 4 on the play, so now it'll be a 3rd down and 11 with 1:45. Zion Moore on the tackle for loss. If you can look at one bright spot on the defense today, it's definitely Zion Moore. He's got 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. He's been the one vocal point on this Panthers pass rush, as Proviso's going to call another timeout here with 1:47 left to go. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Dukes Varsity Football on York Sports Network.
We look once again at this George Kikos 50-yard touchdown. It's the play of the game. Came all the way back in the first quarter, what feels like forever ago. But an excellent read by Sean Winton, a perfect throw, and George Kikos toasts the defensive back. And we're back to the action. Adam Yu drops back to pass, and he's got a man downfield, and it's caught. Sideline to the 20, the 15, and he's brought down at the 12. Number 82, Quinlan Hughes once again.
For a 1st down.
The backup punter turned wide receiver.
Number 3, Devion Jones.
Puts him inside the 15.
We're going to take a quick look back at that last play. It was a really great route by Quinlan Hughes. Made a double move on the play. Unfortunately, I guess our guy missed it on that one. We apologize for that. But instead, we'll just use our words. Double move on the sideline. Quinlan Hughes wide open and right there for Adam Yu. And now Yu's going to take this one on the keeper.
Number 16, Adam Yu with the quarterback keeper.
He's going to be able to get inside the 10-yard line. 50 seconds left to go. Will the Dukes reach the 50 bomb here tonight on homecoming? Yeah, I think that's the question we're all asking. We saw a couple of those last year. Have we seen one yet this year, Connor? Maybe one?
Did they score 50 against OPRF? Wasn't it 56 to, I think, like 28 maybe?
I believe so. Oh, my gosh. Adam Yu, absolutely
Adam
level.
Yu
I think it was by his own offensive lineman. I think that was number 56 of the Dukes that laid out his quarterback. I think that was Jack Resnerick.
Jack Resnick, he just bumped into the back of you and knocked him down. I mean, and Resnick's he's a big kid. I mean, he's over 6 feet and he's an offensive lineman. So.
And he's gonna get into the end zone. So Adam Yu rushing touchdown. We have now seen 3 different players at the quarterback position get into the end zone here tonight. Rushing touchdown for Adam Yu. Time expires. Will they let them kick the extra point or no? Technically it's 49-12. They're not going to let them do it. No 50-point performance from the Dukes. Stripped of the opportunity.
I still think it's the largest win, though, in terms of the margin.
Oh,
and TJ, this was easily one of the most fun games I think we've watched this year. I mean, they came out rolling. It was a little bit of a different look to the offense. Sean Winton came out slinging the rock tonight. He found Maylander on an early slant, and then Vincent Helm for an excellent touchdown where he threaded the needle near perfectly. And last but not least, he hit George Kikos for the 2 touchdowns to conclude.
And
the quarter he played.
In that fourth quarter, we saw Proviso put up some points, and it was honestly an exciting fourth quarter. They were going back and forth a little bit. I mean, I know it wasn't the starters out there, but it was still awesome. It was awesome. Proviso, and the great part about it is that, they had a huge play stripped away earlier from them in the game. I think it was the second quarter. The receiver, number 3, Devion Jones.
Yeah, but
on the holding penalty, but they went right back to him in the fourth quarter, and he had that huge 60-yard touchdown reception. So, one got taken away, and he got another one back. That was personally awesome to see. And they're freshmen. Yeah, the quarterback's a freshman.
I think that's pretty impressive, and I think there's a lot of. I know the score. You lost by 30, 34, but I know the score's clearly not where you want it to be. But if you think about it, there's a lot of good that came from this game. I think there's a lot to be promised of. Think about it. Your quarterback was called up yesterday from the freshman level. that jump, it's like day and night. There's almost zero similarities. And then this is one of the best teams in the state. I mean, they're in the top 10 for a reason. And these are some of the plays that makes them this offense so great.
Firstly, we're going to obviously jump to this Nico Ruggieri passing touchdown on the play fake. I mean,
TJ, this has got to be your favorite play of the game, right?
I mean, love to see it. I mean, especially with Ruggieri throwing the ball, you know.
I mean, look,
you love to see it. I mean, Ruggieri was I've known him for forever, and seeing him being out there making a great play like that, and obviously to Jack Troutman, who I was fortunate enough to play football with back in the day. Two guys that I know pretty well. So awesome to see that happen. Couple other huge plays that happened in the game, and today was just an awesome day to be out on the football field.
Yeah, another play. Well, that looked like it was offsides. Winston looking to both officials, and he checks the play once again, but he doesn't want a penalty flag. He wants a touchdown. Look at that, staying calm in the pocket, threading the needle. Vincent Helm for the touchdown.
And I don't think we can talk enough about that catch. That catch is amazing.
That catch is amazing.
He gets up. He's almost level to the ground, 180, and then he jumps up, makes a great grab on it, and somehow keeps his feet in bounds that close to the out-of-bounds line. After that replay, we are going to have to sign off here tonight. We would like to thank everyone who helped out today. Luca DeSanto, Zach Kamoka, Ryan Brownlee, Henry Borchers, Ryan Bird, Christian McQuade, Jackson Rennick, Gabe Arriaga, Will Griff, and Brennan Blanchette. I've been Silkaitis. Alongside me have been Connor Choi, and you have been watching York Sports Network.